Hi, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Khaki.
And we are sisters, business partners, and no surprise, best friends.
This is our podcast, Two Sisters in Business. We'll let you decide who's older.
We hope you'll join us while we talk about what it's like to work with your sister, be a mom, and run a family business.
So listen to us in the pickup line at school or while you're having your morning coffee.
We want you to be inspired to start that side hustle, escape the stresses of your day, and most importantly, laugh along the way.
Find us at Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts.
And in case you're wondering, I'm the oldest. This is Two Sisters in Business. Let's dive in. Okay, I just looked up. We're on episode 63 of Two Sisters in Business.
Hi.
And we're Claudio noticed that we're both wearing blue today-ish.
Bluey.
Yeah. You're
Like
way
your
more
dog.
blue. Yeah.
Yeah. I got my Sabrina on.
Did you have coffee?
I could use another cup.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I think we need to get the
We need to
energy
perk
going.
up
Claudio was
here.
like, what's wrong? I was like, I'm waiting until we record
know.
because
We didn't
I need
talk
to
on the
save
phone
the
this
energy.
morning.
What's that?
We didn't talk on the phone this morning.
No, you ghosted me.
I did ghost you.
I was like, you're
Lauren
slacking our
was
team, but you're
texting.
not responding about the podcast.
There was so much going on with work this morning.
Yeah, but you got to ignore it because we need, if we're going to do the podcast, you got to tell them to pause.
Seriously. Sorry.
They
Sorry,
can wait.
team.
I know. And we had, actually for our topic today, we actually had research to do.
We did.
And we'll see how well we did with it.
Mm-hmm.
But we're learning, this is an exploratory conversation.
Yeah.
And my big reveal will be at the end.
You have a reveal?
Yeah. About the topic.
Oh.
It has nothing to do with us.
Okay.
It's just the irony and hypocrisy of sustainability,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
which also is part of the topic today.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. So that's so listen to the whole episode. Trying to set up a little
Little cliffhanger type of
thank
thing.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so first let's talk about what's dropping.
Yes.
Beach cover-ups.
Yeah.
Palm Court and the port side. White French terry and
Which is-
navy French terry.
The perfect mom cover up
Yeah.
and also coastal grandmother style.
Yeah. Right. It kind of does it all.
Does it all.
Grandmas, moms.
It's also very chic too.
They are, and they can be worn as dresses too. They snap all the way up and down, so you can wear them over bathing suits or just like an everyday dress. And we didn't make that many of them. It's like a test to see if they work. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I liked your, you mentioned this on a previous podcast that it's a French terry material. So it's like very casual feeling.
Yeah.
So you can just kind of throw it on with the kids.
Yep. And it washes really well.
It washes really well. So
I like
Goes the
both,
distance.
but the white one I've really loved, but I feel like when it gets really hot this summer, the navy will be really good because it's sleeveless. So, and it's also like as a mom, if you're at the pool or the beach and you're like running after the kids, like because it snaps all the way down, the blue one, like, and also the white one, but like you can throw it on like it's like a shirt or,
right.
So it's just easy and, kind of feel
Cool.
like you're.
Never thought of that.
Yeah. And they both have pockets. So it's great.
That's great.
Okay, so those are launching today. And I don't know if we want to pull like bestsellers or anything or what. Wait, what was our drop last week?
Americana, right?
What was on Tuesday? I'm like totally blanking. Oh, no. Not Americana. It was our Hartley's.
Oh, the hibiscus Hartley was the bestseller.
Which we were shocked at because usually stripes win with
Yeah.
our ladies, but the coral color was the
coral,
clear winner.
People loved the coral color.
Yeah.
I mean, we have had that crystal blue stripe in other styles.
Yeah.
So maybe people
Right.
that liked it got it in another style. But
True.
the hibiscus we haven't had in a while. So people snatched that up.
And that's one as an example in terms of our sustainability, goals and what we try to do as a company. That was fabric we had on hand and we decided to use. And then sure enough, it's like doing well. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's good to go back to what you have and like work with it. And then mom took my sample at our
No.
photo shoot.
I almost took it back from her too because it fit me well when I put it on for a photo.
So I'm going to have to order another one.
Going
but I was
from you to mom to
I
me.
know. I was happy for mom to take it, but I was like, oh, okay. We had a photo shoot this week on Tuesday for content shoot, I guess you could call
That
it.
was so fun.
It was really fun.
I don't know. I love doing photo shoots at mom and dad's house because it like brings me back to
Summer.
and like,
Yeah.
I don't know. We've been doing them
Yeah.
there for so long.
Yes, we have.
It gives me a little nostalgic feeling.
Totally. And we had great weather. So that made me really excited for summer. It was like 70 and warm and sunny, and we were wearing all our spring and summer stuff. So yeah. It was great. So check our dropout today. Let us know what you think of these beach cover-ups, because I'm envisioning having a much bigger collection next year of them in different colors. And we've talked about that on the podcast before, but I really would love to hear feedback, and, sales is also feedback. So if people shop them and they sell out, we'll know. But but they're really just very, very, I almost want to say durable, which we use that word a lot too. Like they're just, it's like a sweatshirt material, but made into like a chic beach cover up.
Yeah. And I love that. And like you said, you can wear it as a dress, so you can wear it to the pool, and then also
like that navy
What I
one.
love too is like if you're at the beach, you can throw it on and wear it to lunch easily.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They dress up really well, which is also our brand. So they're very on brand for what we do.
Right.
Which is applicable to today's topic. And our French Terry is made using recycled materials as well. So I want to mention that too, because it's what we're going to talk about today. Anything else about drops or new styles? And then more Americana after that?
More Americana. We have, we're working on updating some monogramming on our site so that we can do American flag embroidery on more products.
Yep.
Which has been really popular for our customers. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. And then also like block letters for your beach towns.
Yeah. So you could do like OBX or LBI or ACK.
Yeah.
Whatever you do,
MV
wherever
for
you
Martha's
go.
Vineyard. Yeah.
Or USA because World Cup is coming up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jess.
Yeah. I know. We really wanted to do more for World Cup, but it's complicated with all the flags and the countries and everything.
Yeah. So we decided to stick with the letters.
Yes. So if you're
a little easier
wanting to support your team or your country for the World Cup, we have a USA version.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that'll be in June, right?
Yes.
Okay.
In June.
I mean, we're already on May 7th. Well, it's May 7th today when we're recording, but I know this episode will launch on May 12th, and I just can't believe that.
Mid-May.
Time is flying. We're in the peak kid craziness season, which I know you and I are feeling big time.
Yes.
And
heavily.
Yeah. There's just a lot going on. Like you said this morning, there's not enough hours in the day to get it all done, but I know it will get done somehow.
I know Lauren again was like, should we skip the podcast? And I was like, nope, we're doing it.
Yeah, I know. I like that thought crossed my mind because I have so much to do after this, but including attending a piano recital in the middle of the day. So there's that.
It'll be relaxing.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I know. I don't know. I mean, it's so adorable, but it's, you have to go to school and we are the primary parents, so we have to show up for all this stuff.
Well, yesterday...
primary parents. Graham gets a hall pass because he's in the city, and then I have to go.
Yeah.
Which I'm so happy to do. I'm not complaining, but it definitely
just adds a little bit of stress to your day.
Exactly.
Yesterday, Jake had... my 5-year-old had cavities.
Oh, no. You didn't tell me that.
Yep. He eats too much candy.
Yeah, George did too. Sometimes it's just their teeth, though, like as much candy as they eat and all that. Yeah.
So he got them filled yesterday, and I decided just to have a day with him. Didn't send him to school afterwards because his mouth is numb, whatever.
Yeah.
And then so I'm juggling him wanting to play and also trying to work, which is really hard to do.
Yeah, you can't really.
So I'm also
stressful.
like on edge. I don't have much patience right now, so it's like. And I'm still feeling that this morning, like being pulled in two different directions.
Multitasking like that seems like a good idea, and it's good. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like he also was recovering from something, so but
and like we went to lunch, and I don't know, we did some good things, which I think he appreciated. But then also I like lost my patience a little bit with him, and I don't know.
Trying to do too much. To do too much. Take a thing off your list today, or I don't know. Things can also wait, like work stuff or a kid's thing or an errand, like you know what I mean? I just pushed off a few things to tomorrow morning that I probably shouldn't, but I have to.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's really fun though, and I'm sorry he had to do that though. That's not fun. Then they have to get their mouth numbed. And,
I know.
Yeah.
And they could only do 2, so he has to go back next week. Because she was like, I didn't want to push it. He seemed like he was getting a little upset.
Did he do the laughing gas?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, George had the same thing. And the worst was that after he was totally fine, and I actually took him back to school. He was a little older though the last time we did it, and it was his baby teeth. So,
right,
you're like, it's frustrating, but you have to do it, right?
I know. Well, he has to go back, but this one is like it's not really bad. I don't know. We're getting into too much detail, but she's like, we should just do it anyway. I'm like, but if you couldn't do it this time, then why?
Right.
I don't know. I'm like, do we have to really go back right now for this?
And it's a lot. And then you have to take him during school hours or maybe, I don't know.
Anyway.
Well, if it makes you feel better, George lost some of the teeth he had cavities in and the new ones came in and they were much better teeth.
Oh, nice.
I don't know how to explain that.
They were stronger.
Yeah. And the dentist was like, these are way different teeth than his baby teeth were not good quality teeth.
Really?
But his adult ones are like much better. So hopefully cavity wise.
Okay.
So if that gives you hope that,
nice.
Sometimes the baby teeth, I don't know why. It's so weird. But that was funny. Okay. So, yeah, we just have a lot going on. And, of course, both my kids have spring birthdays. So
add that to the list.
Yeah, it's crazy. And my anniversary, which never gets celebrated.
Oh, my gosh. That's next week.
We're not doing anything. And Graham's birthday.
Oh, yeah. That's
and
next
Mother's
week too.
Day, yeah, which this will air after Mother's Day. But I have no expectations for Mother's Day.
No,
I could care less.
I have the anti-expectation for Mother's Day.
Anti-expectation. Like I'm waking up early to drive to a baseball game in upstate New York. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it.
I have one in New Haven.
Yeah. I'm excited about it. Like we love going to the sports things. We talk about that, but yeah, it's not like I'm going to be pampered and gifted things. And
nope. Not going to play golf for 4 hours.
No,
that's for sure.
No. So here we are. I don't know why Mother's Day was invented sometimes. Anyway, so we'll be on the sidelines in our Dudleys on Sunday.
Yes.
Okay, so today's topic, we've received, well, I mean, not a lot because I, don't want to make it sound like we're
a ton of feedback.
I'm keeping reality in check of our listeners and who wants to hear what, but we've done a few episodes of deep dives on other brands that launched around the same time we did and raised all this money and then subsequently have changed.
I thought about this on the way over. We really do need to
do one that's succeeding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Whoops. Well, I just think there's so much that can be learned from the ones that don't succeed.
Yes, I know, you're right.
Also because there's more public data.
And there's more to talk about too.
Yeah. Like
it's like if one succeeds, you're like,
good
job.
Yeah.
You did it.
You did it. I know. I don't know. So there's a lot to be learned and a lot to discuss. And there's also like more articles, more information, generally speaking, about ones that have not done as well. So without further ado, we are going to talk about Allbirds today. Yeah. That's like the Toast Girls. I don't know why I said that. I love them.
I do too. They're hilarious.
They're so funny. Okay. So Allbirds. Khaki just made a funny joke. I wish we had been recording, but
no birds.
And as I said, I have thoughts at the end on everything here, but which we're going to talk about anyway. So Allbirds launched in 2016 after us.
After us.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
After we launched in 2015, which is so crazy.
Did you ever own a pair of Allbirds?
No, but I bought them for George when he was like 3 and they ripped immediately.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if it was because he's just him or it was the...
He was a 3-year-old boy.
Exactly.
Right.
Because he still breaks his sneakers to this day. He's just like a big active kid who like destroys clothes. And so I don't know if that was it or if they just were not sewn properly. I don't know. Did you ever have them?
I never had them.
Did your kids
they
have
never
them, right?
felt... The idea of them never were comfortable to me, even though that was their main idea.
Yeah.
Wool sneakers
Yeah.
just felt hot to me.
Yeah, totally. What confused me personally was that they weren't meant for running.
Right.
It was like a fashion sneaker. So, and I do wear fashion sneakers, but I don't know. It just,
Not a
and the
lot.
look and that concept
Yeah.
didn't click for me with them. But it clicked with a lot of people. So it was launched in 2016 by Tim Brown, who was actually a former soccer player, professional, I believe, and Joey Zwillinger, who was a biotech / materials engineer.
Whatever that means.
Whatever that means. But they had, like, I think from presumably Tim Brown's connections and his his soccer playing and all that. And then it sounds like Joey might have been able to help source material. So anyway, they launched in 2016 and they set out on a mission to make the world's most comfortable shoes using natural materials like
I
wool.
remember listening to, like, whether it was How I Built This or some podcast about them, like, going out and, like, finding the sheep and, like, the specific wool that they used.
Yes.
Don't you?
And then when you went to their site, it was like sheep in a field.
Yeah. Right.
Remember that?
They, like, really prided themselves on that.
Yes. Yeah. And we followed them. I mean, that's why I do like doing deep dives on, maybe we should do Rothy's next too, which is succeeding. Like,
You're right.
all these companies that launched at the same time that we did, and like their trajectory and like what they went through was just fascinating to me. But yes, I totally remember that. That was their thing, was like
so their
the
material and totally.
Exactly. So, Nike, Adidas, all these large names that run the footwear industry, they really tried to, like, their goal was to go up against those, and with the sustainability angle, which at the time was a bigger deal.
Yes, it was.
And I feel like for us, initially, it differentiated us as well. And I feel like we always have used recycled materials, and it always gave me personally, and you probably agree, like, well, we're different because of this, like because of how we source things, and it's important to us. And we talked about that a lot in the beginning. And so for them too, same thing. And it was around the same time. So they kind of were this like minimalist, casual brand, very millennial type.
Right.
And they were environmentally conscious. I think that was.
Yeah.
And do you think of all that when you think of Allbirds?
I do.
Yeah,
I mean,
me too.
I remember, like, the designs were very simple.
Yeah.
Everything about them was just simple.
Yeah.
And, like, during this time, do you remember, like, I don't know, I watched HGTV a lot during this time, and I remember, like, there were all these shows about, like, mini houses and, like, people wanting to live in, like, these little houses and everything that.
Yeah.
Like, there was this time where people, like, just didn't want things. They, like, really just didn't want a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like
totally.
Allbirds, like,
rode that
wave.
Totally.
Of, like, no logos, no design, just very simple.
Neutral colors. No logos.
Yeah.
Visible. And like merino wool, like wool runners.
Yeah.
But could you wear them running? I never thought you could. So
That's
I
what
don't know.
I thought. Like, I don't know. I just felt like it would get really sweaty and hot. And then I thought, like, stinky feet. I don't know. I didn't go there. But a lot of people did. And maybe I'm wrong by that.
Run in them. I don't know. I just feel like if you were running, you'd want like a more tech-driven type sneaker.
Right.
Well, then we could, On, another company that's killing it, like they probably, they went up. More competition entered the market, and I think that's also part of the issue there. But I really think they tried to be like the Patagonia of footwear. So they took off really quickly. So this is where it gets interesting for me, is that I feel like the tech bros, this became their go-to footwear.
Yes.
And it really, that type of person was the one who was wearing it. And what's interesting about that is that they probably also were then investing in it. Like Silicon Valley was like a big investor in Allbirds. But what's funny about that is that, like, here are these guys and women probably too who were used to investing in tech versus real world products and not understanding COGS and inventory and inventory turn rate and like that in terms of growth.
Right.
So it was kind of this mismatched thing where the investors weren't used to that with the retail world.
Yeah.
And they had these expectations for growth, which we can also discuss. So yeah, the shoes became startup founder shoes. It's just like kind of the tech world, right?
Right.
Like the
Totally.
startup world. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay. So sustainability. I guess like back then, consumers said that they wanted sustainability, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was huge.
Yeah.
Like, it was a talking point,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yep.
But did people like actually?
Well, maybe back
live
then
it?
they did, and that might have been what, like they clearly were using that in their marketing everywhere, right? So it really caught people's attention. But whether or not, what we've learned now from this is that consumers might care and say they care, but it really isn't a growth strategy, the sustainability thing.
Right.
Unfortunately. Right now either. I mean, so they launched during like what has been called and what we've talked about a lot, this peak direct-to-consumer investor enthusiasm where valuations were massive based on pretend numbers. Like that's the only way I can think of it. Like if you look back at some of these numbers, which I'll also discuss too, but yeah, I think at one point they were valued at like $4 billion when they went public. I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
So let's see, where do we want to go next? Yeah, everything was minimalist, neutral colors. The story felt, oh, this is what I love. Okay, so they also opened like over 60 stores at one point. They expanded into apparel, and they really were associated with like the tech workers, creative professionals, and affluent millennials. So ChatGPT gave me this response. The shoe was shorthand for I'm smart, successful, environmentally aware, but understated.
Right. Okay.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so they raised all of this money and they eventually went public in 2021. And yeah, their valuation was $4 billion at the time that they went public.
Is crazy. $4 billion.
And I think that their revenue at the time, let me just pull up what their revenue was at the time. So in 2021, their revenue was, peak revenue, almost $300 million.
Wow.
For shoes. Just would like to remind everybody that like, you know, you have a tech company, you have subscriptions, you can like really take off.
Yeah.
But these were like very thoughtfully made, sustainably made sneakers.
Well, let's also think about the actual design of the shoes as well. Like they were so minimalistic with no logos or anything on them.
Yeah.
They can be copied so easily.
Yeah. Right. And they probably were.
They probably were.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Totally.
So yeah, they had the sustainability message and like that emotional spark behind them, but there probably were so many other copycats out there as well that probably
they didn't have
diluted the market for them a little bit.
The term is like their moat.
Right.
Like what was preventing competitors from coming in and copying them. They didn't have that at all.
Yeah.
It wasn't and they didn't expand enough on the concept and the shoes to like keep staying above the competition. And the retail stores, I just like keep going back to that. I mean, there was a store in Greenwich where I live and like I never once set foot in it. I never saw anybody in it.
Right.
It opened and immediately felt like it closed. And that was also when they were really on the down. But like,
well, it sounds like they didn't just keep innovating. Like they just kind of stayed with that one shoe. They didn't have anything else to offer.
Yeah.
So like you get sick of your shoe after a while, right? Like you want something different.
Or it like doesn't last. I don't know how well the wool lasted based on my experience with it, but I don't know. Maybe the adult one, the men's ones were better. So during 2016 to 2020, I mean, they were growing so quickly. This was in I like to call the boom era for direct to consumer. I mean, it's also when we grew insane amounts. And they were digitally native, which we are as well. But then they ended up opening stores, so they weren't forever. And they had a lot of viral buzz around them, which every brand wants, and we're trying to constantly get on Instagram. And they just were able to get that. I mean, it's such a great name. Branding was so good. That millennial clean aesthetic
that look
branding
was what everyone was looking at that time.
I mean, it definitely is something that I'm a millennial, almost Gen X, but it was very appealing. The branding and the storyline of the brand was appealing to me, even though I wasn't purchasing the product. I still noticed them and knew who they were. I mean, amazing brand recognition, right? I feel like people
Still.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just really popular. So they went public in 2021. From what I've seen, that they went public at $12 to $15 a share, and it briefly went up a bit when it was trading, and the valuation was $4 billion. But immediately things went downhill, and they stopped growing. So it's almost like they just saturated their market,
Yeah.
and like you said, there wasn't another style that really took off.
Yeah.
And I think this, it's not unique to Allbirds in this time. If you look at 2021 to current,
Making a sustainable shoe, anybody can do.
Yes.
Right? You have to kind of stay innovating and engaging your customers and coming out with new things.
Yeah. And new fabrics. Maybe they should have had a new fabric that was sustainable or something. I don't know.
Something different than wool.
Yeah. To get our attention, right? Yeah. I don't know. So there wasn't that real innovation. And to me, that screams that the founders were just focused on something else. They were busy raising money and talking to their investors and going public and filing with the SEC and doing whatever you do, so much, right?
Right.
And where they really should have been focused is product development and staying more niche, I think.
Well, and to your point too, I mean, sustainability was so big when they first launched, but I mean, once COVID hit, sustainability totally completely changed.
Yeah, it was I
mean, people were eating out of plastic containers again.
Yes.
There was plastic everywhere.
Yeah, and if you had natural products in your home, all of a sudden you're where's the Clorox?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's a pandemic.
Right. And so I think that was a big turning point of when sustainability really changed.
Yeah.
And these brands that were sustainable, kind of became an afterthought.
Yes, totally. So, I think about that for us a lot. Do people care that we use recycled materials anymore?
I mean, we still do use them all the time, but we don't talk about it as much as we used to.
It really isn't a selling point anymore. It's not going to get someone's attention on Instagram and they're going to be like, oh, what's that brand? And it's recycled. I'm going to buy it.
I think it's just a nice to have.
Yes.
And it might convert every now and then, but it's not.
Yep. And we did find that. We did a survey and it was low on the list. Oh, not a survey. Yeah. We did a deep dive on our meta advertising and it was so low on the list, to your point, of converting to a
what
sale.
I also think too is there's so much information out there. Everything is kind of overwhelming. Sustainability is overwhelming in itself because there's so many ways to be sustainable.
Yeah.
Nutrition is overwhelming. Skincare is overwhelming.
Yes.
It's all of this information out there.
Yeah.
Makes things so overwhelming that I almost feel frozen when I start to
totally
think about doing something.
Yeah.
So I don't know. To me, it's
yeah.
you have to pick and choose, and
Yep.
I don't know if
I
I'm
know.
making sense there, but I just think that sometimes you talk about these things that are great for you or great for the environment, but
Yeah.
it can be so overwhelming for some people that I just don't think it's as important as we all wish it could be.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. I know there's a lot out there now flooding the market with all of this stuff.
Right.
So
I think we should pick and choose we should all do our part.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yep.
You're not going to be able to be 100%
Yeah.
at everything.
Well, what's crazy too, and this is my big reveal. Actually, I have another reveal at the end, but this is my mid-episode reveal. This show is brought to you by Dudley Stevens. Hi, I'm Lauren, co-founder of Dudley Stevens. My mom, sister, and I started the brand because we wanted clothing that felt as comfortable as fleece, but still looked polished enough for everyday life. Our pieces are sustainably made, incredibly soft, and designed to be worn on repeat. Visit Dudley-Stevens with a PH and use code podcast for 15% off your first order. Let's get started. Here they are like saying sustainably made, and they're sitting on hundreds of millions of dollars worth of inventory.
Yeah, right.
Where did that all go? They
Yeah.
certainly couldn't sell it.
I know.
Otherwise, they would not be out of business right now. Or, well, we'll discuss what they are now, but no.
Right.
So, like, it's just so.
You're right. Exactly.
And we have to be careful with that too. It's not, and other companies that use recycled materials or, and we're not making these grand gestures of like, we're saving the world. We just happen to use plastic bottles that are made into fleece that we purchase for our fabric, right?
Yeah.
We're doing our part. We love to
Right.
say that because it's like none of us individually or as a company, small business, are going to like solve climate change or whatever,
Yeah.
we just each have to think about what we're doing every day and our purchase habits and all that, and not being wasteful in certain ways. And it's also better for business too for us, like using the fabric that was extra fabric that we had. Now
Yeah.
we're selling those pullovers. So,
Right.
so there are ways that business can benefit from thinking sustainably, staying in that mindset.
Right.
But the fact that they were sitting on all the
I know.
inventory,
So ironic.
it is so ironic. And that was something that I was reading, before this episode. And basically what, they started in 2020. They had a net loss of $26 million, and then it was just downhill, even after going public. They scaled all of their costs ahead of proven demand. That was something else I jotted down that really resonated with me. And I think therein lies the risk of retail and the clothing, producing clothes, owning inventory. I mean, once you start investing in your supply chain, your inventory, your product expansion, like if you don't know that people want it, like it's so risky, so risky. And then slowly after that, 2022, their growth rate was only plus 7%, where it had been like over 30% in the years before that. And when you're a publicly traded company, Wall Street panics.
Is that? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that the share price went down to below $1, which is like the alert to Wall Street that like you get like, it's like, this is it. Yeah. You might get kicked off.
Right.
Because you can't trade under $1. So I guess they had to liquidate, mark things down. And a lot of their cash was just tied up in all of the inventory in the stores and the rent and all of the labor costs associated with that, the build out costs. I mean, I cannot imagine how much they were spending on all of that. 60 stores globally. I mean, that's like, you see your business declining and you have leases.
Yeah. That you have to get out of. Right. Oh my gosh.
So their revenue went down, and by 2025, it was estimated they were about $150 million in revenue, which is still a very large company, but because their expectations were so high, it wasn't going to last.
Right.
Okay. So, oh my gosh. And they kept losing money. 2024 net loss of $93 million.
On the downfall.
Yeah.
You're cutting costs. I mean, it's hard to like stabilize and
this is
start growing. Like it's hard to stabilize and figure out the balance of decreasing sales and figuring out the marketing spend and inventory buy. I don't know. That's a very hard.
It's so hard. And we talk about it every day.
Right.
And like when we have been strapped for cash or budget restrictions, the first thing you do is cut marketing.
Right. And then inevitably your sales go down more because you're cutting marketing.
Yeah.
So
it's just this like.
It's like a hamster wheel.
Yes. So they probably have to cut marketing and very, a lot. And then what happens? Your sales go down.
Right.
And then they're sitting on inventory. Anyway, it's just it's a hamster wheel, like you said. It's exactly what it is. So in the past, I want to say month, or when was it? Yeah, it was within the past month. Their stock just completely collapsed on itself. And it was, I don't know if they didn't get kicked off. Wall Street kept them, but they had to sell. So their IPO valuation, like I said a few times now, was over $4 billion. And they ended up selling for $39 million.
Oh my gosh.
They sold, and what they sold, wait, I want to pull up what they sold because it's interesting to me. So it was a month ago. They sold their IP, which is like their website and all of that, their trademarks, their customer relations, their inventory, which is interesting, and all of their operating assets. Oh, and there was a rumor that, here's my question answered. The inventory that they sold was probably worth about $43 million.
Oh, wow.
So they're selling for less. They basically just had to offload everything.
Yeah.
To like, but so now can you buy their shoes? I guess that was the question that I wanted to.
Probably at like TJ Maxx or something.
Oh, no, they're still up.
Oh, they are still up.
Yeah.
Maybe I should buy a pair.
Well, okay.
They're on Zappos and Allbirds.
Here's the big reveal and where the story gets so weird. So they sold for $39 million. They still have a publicly traded, almost like a shell of a company, right? Mm-hmm. And then after they sold for $39 million, they announced that they're going to rebrand to New Birds and become an AI company.
What?
So what is the AI going to be? You can do this as a publicly traded company.
Just like change what you're going to do.
And actually their stock
your entire
bumped
category
up when they announced that. Let's Google that. But the minute, so they're changing their entire business structure. I don't know what the timeline is or if they've even announced that. But they basically said, we are going to take this shell of this publicly traded company. They're probably going to try to move through the inventory or whatever they're going to do. And they are going to become an AI company. Wait, let me just go to, because this is so, like I'm learning as I'm reading about this, because I didn't know you could do that as a publicly traded company. Did you know that?
No, I had no idea.
I know. So it's not going to be like ChatGPT or Anthropic or any of these like Chat and Claude. Is Claude Anthropic?
Yeah.
It is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these are like chat mechanisms or, where you can ask questions, send documents, change, create stuff.
Right. They
are going to be a GPU leasing company, which is AI cloud computing. So they're basically going to invest in data center like infrastructures, which is also a big thing in real estate right now, where data centers are being built to like house all the
the cloud, the
capacity,
cloud.
For like the generating all the data. Exactly. Right. And they're really controversial because we'll get into that. They're not good for the environment. Like when one of these data centers pops up, the local communities I know, that's what I'm saying. It's so, that is the reveal. Like that's what they're going to do now.
Oh my gosh.
And it goes against, they're not even a sneaker company anymore. And they're not sustainably focused. They're like, they don't care. They're like, we're just going to go invest in data centers and lease the data, to other companies. So I am so confused and fascinated by where this is headed. And I don't, I'm going to be following because it's very interesting. I have to say, I don't have much hope that this is going to go that well, because
I'm just really confused. I know.
I'm telling you, it's so confusing. I don't know how I feel about this. I just think I'm such a believer in, like, when you launch a company, and this goes very much in what we talk about on our podcast a lot, like business and entrepreneurship. When you launch a company and you put things out on social media and you're structuring your whole mindset and your whole company functioning to do a certain thing, that is what you're going to do. Like, it will be hard to pivot from that. Like, we can't just wake up tomorrow and be like, we're going to sell
a fleece company.
Like, we're gonna actually be a food company now. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
That would be literally impossible. And
well, even like a food company. I mean, this is going from like a product to tech, which is just so different because that just seems even beyond me.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because they had so many tech investors to begin with that like there's people involved that want to have a say in what they should be doing, and they see there's an opportunity in this GPU data center thing, and like, so that's what they're gonna do. It's just mind blowing. And
I don't know. I got to read more about this. It's so weird.
Yeah. So Wall Street says, like, as long as the company is meeting SEC requirements and like shareholders are informed and the board approves, like, you can change your company. So they're doing that. The other people have too. So then I was looking up other companies that have done this, and there's a few that really caught my mind. I'll try to find them where I wrote them down. But like Berkshire Hathaway, that's a real estate company. It used to be a textile company.
Oh, really?
So people do this. Yeah. Companies.
What like
change.
makes them what makes Allbirds think that they can, I don't know. I guess you're right. Maybe they have a lot of tech people that worked with them that
see an opportunity
know the space.
Here.
I don't know.
I don't know either. One of the founders started a wellness company with his wife that's targeted to women. I think it's like supplements or something, Biologica or something. I don't know exactly.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
That is an easier connection in my head to make than this connection.
I totally agree. Yeah, and it's technically maybe not good for the environment that all the, there's electricity, there's lots of water used, there's rare minerals used in these data centers. So there's a lot to be watched with Allbirds / New Birds and where they're going to end up. And it's really fascinating. And, as like for our company launching a year before them, but like kind of riding along the side of that, like it's so hard to do what we're doing.
Yeah.
And they basically scaled to be the business they wanted to be without having the base, the consumer base and the community.
I mean, I think that this whole story, I know we talked about our turtleneck like reinvigoration last week, but this whole story gives me more confidence about our decision in doing this.
Yeah.
Because of the staleness of their shoe.
Yes, exactly.
And like we've had this turtleneck for 10 years. Like it's time to reinvent it a little bit. And I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
We're
very
trying
confident about this.
Stay ahead of that. Like we're trying to like innovate to be not in a reactive way.
Right.
Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Because we're seeing the trends.
We're seeing, people
styles.
are buying our pullovers and our waffle. And so like we're trying to keep everybody engaged and stay with that
and
trend.
Also like we have all and we have all these collabs that we're working on now for the fall and winter. And like what's so funny is that like most of them are not even doing turtlenecks. We're doing other things with them.
It's true. And a lot of our custom orders that like our corporate custom orders, people are ordering the quarter zips or waffle.
And because we didn't raise hundreds of millions of dollars,
we can make these decisions.
Naturally update what sells really well and what we're known for. Like we're always going to have a turtleneck, always. Right. Also because I am a turtleneck person. Like that is not going away. And I feel like a lot of people have commented and worried or whatever. But no, we're just simply going to update everything next year. And so it's a good way to like get your favorite style now at a great price. So, but we're able to do that, and like, we don't have to like speak to all these investors,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Exactly.
And I just wonder too, in the larger scheme of like the world and like the global market and like the retail industry, like how much market is there for a wool sneaker? Like, why did they think that everybody would want one of these,
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't want one.
No,
ever.
I didn't want one.
I don't know. And we also know that not everybody's going to want a fleece turtleneck.
I think I actually did buy them for John one year, but they were too small.
Oh,
And I never got him. I just sent him back. I didn't get the real size.
yeah. I feel like I could picture John wearing them, like in
Oh,
his
because he's like
job and-
athleisure and he wears sneakers all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but maybe the
But-
looks he wasn't into.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's very West Coast thing, I think. Like
Yeah.
very like Silicon Valley
Tech.
tech. Yeah. I mean, I think. I don't know. Because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I didn't really ever see them much. But anyway. So it's fascinating. I'm going to be following along whatever happens with all of this. And
Well,
there's, yeah.
so not no birds, but new birds.
Yeah.
Is what we're
similar.
doing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Anyway, so it's really fascinating what has happened since the direct-to-consumer boom kind of went bust. And we're following along with all of these companies to learn and try to figure out where we fit in with all of that, I feel like.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
I know. And I'm happy that we've been able to do it at our own pace.
Yeah, me too.
Again, going back to all the talk about raising
Me
money and
too.
everything. It's been nice to be able to
Yeah. I mean,
make our own decisions and
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like, we're at the end of the day, we're making clothes, which costs money to
Yeah.
make. And yeah,
And we're not saving lives.
we are not saving lives. I do not have any sort of degrees for that. We are just making comfy clothes that you feel good in. Which
But, maybe if if Dudley Stevens ever does go under, we can start a healthcare company.
I mean, I guess you
Why
can.
not?
Like, why not? Just pivot overnight. All of a sudden, we're a tech company.
Yeah.
That's it. No need to explain or
Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Done.
Oh man. Okay, so I know on that note too, on the AI note, I just listened to this podcast and it got me so fired up because
Oh, gosh.
it was all anti-AI and fashion.
Yeah.
And I was like talking in my car to myself, like, that's not true. Like, we need to embrace this.
It's going to happen no matter what.
It's going to happen no matter what. And there are going to be other fashion companies that start and use all these tools. And if we don't, we're going to be left in the dust.
It's true.
We're going to be dead in the water.
Dead in the water.
Is that what Mom said?
Yep. Dead in the water.
I think that's what she said, and it made us
Totally.
laugh. Yeah. So we have to do this. Like, we have
Yeah.
to embrace it. We have to learn how to use the tools, and we have to use them to fit our brand. Like, it's an exploratory.
I really
thing.
liked what you said about how, I don't know, did you say this on the last podcast or was this just us talking? How photographers and even influencers filter their photos so much that it
So
looks
much.
fake anyway. Was that last week's
Yes.
podcast?
Yeah, like
I've been
looks-
thinking about that. It's so
Oh,
true.
If you see, and especially with big brands and that have budgets for photo shoots that are real models,
Yeah.
the amount of photo touching that goes into those photos, I know. Like,
Right.
so much. So these women don't even look like they do in
They
real
make
life.
them look taller anyway,
Oh,
and like
it's-
skinnier, and they take a thigh in here or there.
I'm telling
like,
you, it's done all the time. If you think you're looking at a real image, you're not.
Right.
Like a
So-
real non-Photoshop,
Yeah.
photo touched image.
And so you were playing around with Chat GPT
Yeah, I love
and
it.
a model the other day, and you're like, it actually gave us like a muscular, like athletic looking model.
Yes, we
Which was
love.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I didn't ask for that either. It probably knows our brand, maybe now.
Maybe.
I chat with Chad a lot, so. But it did. It gave this like beautiful, athletic-looking model that was very like welcoming. Like it
Right.
wasn't, some tall, skimpy fashion model.
Yeah.
We were like psyched about. I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel there's so much to be said about it, and I know it's going to be controversial, but if we as a small business don't harness these tools and like use them for cost savings, but you have to do it right. I think that's the key. You have
Yeah.
to be on brand. We have to, test the waters and get a feel for things and all that. But when I'm telling you the money it's not even money that we're going to save. Yes, we will save money potentially, but it's money we don't have. Like, we don't have money to go do this like whole
On a golf course
in Hawaii.
yeah, exactly.
Or, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like, that's what
yeah.
it looked like, right?
Yeah.
Like, I wish we did. Maybe one day we will. But
Right.
like, maybe this will allow us to compete with bigger brands because we can like
Yeah.
capture the lifestyle that our product can give you.
Can give you. Right. Yeah. That's true.
I have so many thoughts on it.
So many thoughts.
Anyway, well, maybe Allbirds is onto something with the data center thing, but I don't know. I feel like with this AI thing too, and this will be my last thought, tomorrow China or US or whoever's leading the AI race could be like, oh, actually you don't need data centers anymore. We figured out something.
True.
Like
You're right.
That might happen.
Yeah.
And then all these people that have invested in data centers and built them out, and
I always find that funny that like we still need these massive data centers. Isn't that weird to you?
I mean, it could change on a dime and then New Birds is out of business.
Yeah.
Is actually out of business.
I don't know. It seems like it could just be on like a small.
That's probably what people that are at the forefront of all of this AI stuff are trying to do, right? Like reduce what the energy needed and all that. Like,
right.
Okay.
Should be.
Yep.
Anyway.
All right.
We know what we're talking about.
Yeah. And how does this relate to Dudley Stevens? Well, we're
talk
not
about
really
it
sure every day.
You tell us.
You can wear your cozy heritage sweatshirt that I'm wearing today while you're reading about all
Do
of
we still
this.
have that in stock?
I think we do. Yeah. I love it.
That's a good one.
Also,
I got 2 of those.
You can never go wrong with a jean jacket over a Dudley when it's like 50
You
degrees.
are wearing denim on denim today.
I am. I'm doing it. And
what
it's
do they
great.
call that?
The Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah. Only you can pull that off.
I don't know. Just felt right today. I don't know why. 'Cause it's a little cold, you know.
Looks good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you guys for listening in. I hope this episode was interesting and
it's a good one.
Yeah, gives you things to think about. You know, in our all of our journeys with AI and the retail industry. I mean, there's a lot that's going to change when you think about the next 10 years. I want one day for there to be a factory where like you can just order things. Like how that whole process in the retail industry needs to change and get overhauled.
Instead of doing like all these tech packs and like.
Yeah, like it just should be easier.
I agree.
And we're big proponents of making things easy.
I agree.
So TBC on that, but
I bet, I mean, that is definitely going to happen with AI.
Right?
Yeah.
Like where you design a style and it's much faster and the turnaround time's faster and maybe retail companies don't have to sit on so much inventory. I mean, I know companies out there exist and are doing that, but how do we get that?
Actually making the fabric is the one.
Is the time
constraint. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. In 10 years, who knows?
It's true. Yeah.
Like it could be way more efficient. And I hope for that.
One day.
One day.
Hopefully we're still around for that.
Yes. That's the goal. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for listening in.
Like and subscribe and share with a friend.
I feel like we need to remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
See you next week.